Hi, I'm Pete, and welcome to Just a Few Acres Farm. You all know my wife, Bertha, Beulah, Gertrude. You know her name. Here's the rundown. It's a nice sunny day and it's really cooled off. Temperatures are in the 70s. And Hillary and I worked through the heat last week, worked our butts off, and got the barn all arranged. We got 3 bays here filled with the stuff we don't use so much in the back and the stuff we do use in the front. Bay number 2, 4 tractors. Bay number 3, farm lumber yard, round baler, square baler in the back, and lots of miscellaneous stuff that we hardly ever need way in the back. Mixed in with the barn reconfiguration work, we got the cattle all divided, so we've got Titus, a heifer that we're holding on to, and a cow in here with her calf for him to breed. And then coming up here to the upper barn, we have emptiness here in the new winter cattle pen, ready for fences and gates. 6 cull heifers here in the pen in the upper barn. Hiya, ladies. Ezra, he's in the upper barn. Hey, Ezra. And a row of beautiful red tractors that are just here temporarily until we clear out the other 2 bays in the lower barn. The rest of the cattle herd are out back in the pasture orders with a large breeding group this year because we didn't want to put that many in the barn with Titus because we're not letting them out because of the state of our winter pasture and they're in only 1 pen. Hillary and I worked our butts off last week through the heat, got a lot done. It's all cleaned out in here, and now we're ready to start fitting out the new cattle pen. We put this temporary fence in when we had those rambunctious steers just to make sure they didn't get out. Well, 6 seconds in the summer is usually what it takes. We're gonna go right down here and get a feeder panel where I left them in the weeds. It's a little goofy, but I think it'll work. We have an interference issue here that requires some field modification. All the hours I used to spend sharpening chisels when I did woodworking, use them like this. Oh, well. They can be sharpened again. That should do it. Put that block under there, Hill. Hillary's holding it in place with all of her might. We'll just cross some screws over this so that it's held temporarily. Well, that wasn't very painful. You want to dance, huh? There we go, reverse drill. These are some lag bolts I had laying around. They're a little bit too short but it'll be no problem to replace them with longer ones when I get to the hardware store. So we're just gonna put these in for now. There's one panel up. We can go right through that way.
Yeah. Wow.
We're gonna push up that line. Just leave it off the blocks for now. We just got to rough align these, and then we can go and fine align them when you get the other end up. There we go. And I can shim up this other end. What is this? That's not supposed to. What goes that way? I don't know. Good thing I brought up more than one clamp. Let this bottom clamp off, because I think we're gonna have a little gap there. And now maybe I can put the square block in the round hole. There we go. What we got here is a panel that was not made quite square. I'm gonna have to talk to Dad about that. That leaves us about 5'9". That works. It sure is nice having electricity up here now.
It sure is.
No generator. I have two drill bits that went dull drilled through that steel. These two. And I want to show you how I sharpen them. First I get the belt sander and I position it in a place where the sparks will light up lots of greasy rags. And I put the, on here at a 15-degree angle, which is approximate for most drill bits. It's about a 15-degree. And I use it as a guide here. And the idea here is that you want to keep the drill bit level or parallel to the table here, so you're hitting this at a right angle. And you also want this edge of the drill bit to be horizontal when you're grinding against it. So I flattened this one out here, and I've got new cutting edge on both ends because I took off the dull edge. Here's the next one. It's not chipped or anything, but it's rounded off or worn here enough on the cutting edge where it won't bite into the steel anymore. Turn it 180 degrees, and you want this to be level. Now the next step after you've flattened this out is to actually put some bite onto the bit, and to do that you want to take this shoulder off right here so that this protrudes a little bit and it slopes back here. And the way to do that is to take your bit horizontal like I had it before and just kind of whoop, till you get a bite on the edge. And of course you do it for both sides. And what you wind up with is a new tip on the drill. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but you've got slope back from the cutting edge, and you've got a nice crisp cutting edge here. And it's better than a drill doctor. Dad's got a drill doctor, and we had all kinds of problems getting bits sharp on it, and I found this way is a lot easier. It just takes a bit of a steady hand and an eye for what the bit should look like when it's sharp. But the proof's in the pudding. Let's finish the hole in this connecting plate and see how it cuts. That drill bit sharpening process doesn't work every time. If you get a bit that's really been overheated, the metal's not as hard anymore, and it's time for a new bit. And this one. We've got other things to do this afternoon. Here's how far we got today. We got about 35 foot of feeder panel ending over there. And then we have a 5.5 foot or so gap right here. So we're gonna put in a top rail and a bottom rail another day, and then put a gate inside the top and bottom rail so that we can sneak in the pen and close this back door if we need to catch cattle, or also if we need to push a cow out through here, we can run them through that gate and into the main barn. And on these panels, I got to go through and I'm going to cut these ears off here because I don't want cattle to get hurt, rub their head on them. Same down at the bottom, I'm going to have to do it there too. But as I said, not today. It's too nice outside to work in the barn all day long. Break time. A man walks into a bar and the bar's empty. It's just him and the bartender, so he sits down at the bar and he orders a drink. Psst. I like the color of your tie. Man looks around. There's nobody there but him and the bartender. Psst. That color looks really good on you. Man looks up, looks around, says to the bartender, "Are you talking to me?" The bartender says, "No, sorry about that. The peanuts are complimentary."
I'm out of here.
She does that all the time, you know, but she always comes back. You are coming back, right? Here's something that's good for a nice cool day. The peanuts are complimentary. What a dumb joke. That's stupid. We're setting up the firewood train here. The firewood train. We've been putting off splitting this wood for a while because it's been so warm. It's nice to do firewood in cool weather. But I want to get this wagon out of the barn so I can put another tractor in there. Ready for liftoff. This is box elder and walnut that we cut out of the winter pasture. Some of it's a little punky, but it all burns. box elder. I always wonder what causes this. It's right in the center, right in the heart of the log. And usually when you see wood boring beetles or larvae come up, they're like this, but these are always right in the center. It's got to be insects. I saved the best one for last. This stump wood always splits in funny ways, stringy. There we go, all done. A little more wood in the woodshed. There's something really gratifying about cutting wood. It's about self-sufficiency. One more tractor in the barn, the Super C. I'd like to have tractors all in a row in the front here when we're done. And I guess we got a good start on it. There's 4 right there. Better get the grill ready while I'm thinking of it. Tonight we're having something for dinner I don't think I've ever made on the channel. It's time to do afternoon chores. We'll start by zhuzhing the heifers' hay here. They like a little zhuzh in the afternoon. Belly up to the bar, gals. Titus and his crew need their hay zhuzhed. Little one, you gotta go back in. You do. Go back through the bars. There you go. Hillary and Henry are taking care of the birds in the pasture. And I gotta go out and move the cattle. I don't know if I can do it, because they look pretty heavy. I guess they don't like me making comments about their weight. Especially Patty. She doesn't like it one bit. Do you, Patty? Hey, Orden. How are you doing out here? You're liking it out on pasture, I'll bet. But you miss your old buddy Titus. Well, I'm working on The herd is a lot smaller out here now since we got them all divided up. And Orden has the luxury of eating grass again. We continue to have an abundance of great pasture. It just keeps raining. We got another ½ inch yesterday. We may get more tomorrow, but overall it's supposed to be a pretty good week, and I'm hoping to get a lot done on the barn project. That's my priority right now. You guys head on out and see what good stuff there is to be found out here. Big pig's got to be fed, starting with JJ. Here you go, big guy. Bossy Pig and Billy, the 2 lovebirds. Right, boss? Hey, Billy. Whoa, oh, jeez, that doesn't work very well. Here, I'll give you a little more since you spread it all over the place. You're a goof, Billy. Brownie. Some food. Water, JJ. Brownie. You're always thirsty. You must be pregnant. And then, of course, there's these monsters who are taking a snooze. And who like to play games with me. Now they're playing games with you, they're messing with the camera. Come and get something to eat. You guys have been rolling in the mud in this heat, haven't you? It's a little warm. It's time to make dinner. These are chicken wings grown at, you guessed it, Just a Few Acres Farm. With the price of chicken wings these days, I wish we could grow birds that had 4 wings on them. My gosh, they're more expensive than clams. Imagine that. I like chicken wings the way that the pizzerias do them with, you know, they toss them in a deep fryer and they get all nice and crispy. So I developed my own recipe for making them that way without a deep fryer. I keep an eye on them, and when they start to scorch, every 10 or 15 minutes I flip them. Well, stay up there. I don't want to burn the wingtip. That's the good crunchy part. This is over direct heat, of course. I spread the coals out over the whole grill. I cook them this way, flipping them every 10 or 15 minutes for about an hour till they're crispy and falling apart, just like ones that are done in a deep fryer. You could do them in the oven this way too, and I think if I do them in the oven, it's been a while, I think I do it at about 400 degrees, and I do the same thing. I flip them every 10 or 15 minutes for an hour or so on a baking sheet. But I just want to note that doing them on the Weber, you get that nice grilled charcoal taste in the wings. You don't get that in the oven. This is turn number 3. We're looking for them to lose weight here. We're getting there. Here we go. A little over an hour and 3 turns total. What I have in here are equal parts Frank's Red Hot sauce and butter. In this case, it was a ½ cup of each. Warmed up and stirred together. And I'm going to put the wings right in there. Now I'm going to shake them up in the sauce. This is the hardest part, you know. That looks good. This is what we wound up with. The cows are in the background saying, "Eat more chicken." Let's grab a whole wing. And we have crispy, falling apartishness. These are very good. Nice and fall apart, crispy. Just the way I like wings. If you want more sauce on them, you can kind of pour it out of the bottom of the pot. I like a lot of hot sauce on my wings. We eat them with blue cheese dressing, of course, and celery. And tonight we're having the first sweet corn of the year. It looks delicious. I can't wait to eat. I may say that I bring this into my family at the end of any video, but I don't. I go into my workshop and I eat it all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Another long day. I'll see you next time.